Canada, the true north, strong and free, land of people who are nice and drink beer and like craft dinner and maple syrup. I think there's a lot of things that people attribute to Canada, like free healthcare, hockey, that kind of thing. But there's something that people outside of Canada might not be aware of, and that's that we have some of the most fucked up kid shows in the world. I think people internationally are probably more familiar with some of our PSAs, which are equally as fucked up. For instance, the rape whistle one.
What is that? It's a rape whistle.
But I think it would be a disservice to the rest of the world to not be aware of some of the bizarre shows that have come out of our country. I'm sure a lot of Americans are probably familiar with some of these shows, and they're not all bad per se, just surreal or oddly inappropriate for children, and just downright bizarre and hard to pinpoint what the moral or message of the show is. I'll be looking at shows that I primarily grew up with. All I want to do is shine a light on one of the darkest corners of entertainment: Canadian children's entertainment. One of the first shows I'd like to talk about comes from the TV channel Treehouse, which was a division of Chorus Media, or Chorus Entertainment. Toy Castle. I remember this show coming on early in the morning or late at night, and what it was about basically were two kids going to bed, and when they do so, their toys come to life and dance and put on little musicals and plays, I guess. It sounds harmless enough, kind of sounds a little bit like Toy Story, except that the makeup and costume and weird sound design decisions make it a really surreal and bizarre show. Most people I talk to remember this show and think to themselves, yeah, it was really creepy, and I hated it when it would ever come on, or I changed the channel whenever it would come on because of how creepy it was. And they decided that instead of having the toys just talk like they do in Toy Story, they would be narrated and dubbed over, which I think adds to the surreal nature that the show has. Also, the fact that the issues and problems that the characters in the show face are very childlike, but they're portrayed by adults, not children. What we're going to do now is we're going to quickly go through the intro of the show, just so you can kind of get a taste of what I'm talking about.
Wondrous toys start to play. Sound the chime, time to play. It's a magical, wonderful day. All your friends spring to life. Join the toys in the castle.
I'm the soldier.
I'm the sailor.
Ballerina.
I'm the clown.
Oh.
Beautiful dancing,
Playing and prancing.
whirling, whirling, tumbling down. Bring your friends, don't delay. Join the toys in the castle. Fun and games.
Time to play.
It's giving me anxiety.
I'm the clown. I'm the clown.
It's a magical toy castle day.
Alright, like I was saying in the introduction of this show, the characters are played by adults, but the issues they face are ones that you would associate with children, which is really bizarre. I think there's just something inherently weird about seeing adults behaving like children. It's kind of cringy, and especially as a kid, because when you're a kid, you look up to adults as like these all-knowing, all-powerful beings, and they're supposed to be like way smarter than you. You know, like adults are adults. Kids always are like, I'm not 4, I'm 4.5. They always want to appear older. So seeing adults and these childlike problems was even weird as a kid, because when you're a kid, you're looking at them and going like, what the fuck's going on? Like, it's weird for all ages.
See, the sailor promised the strong man that he could be the prince, but he also promised the toy soldier.
It's uncomfortable. It's an interesting combination of cringe, surrealism, and something else I can't put my finger on, but I mean, you can look it up for yourself. There's full episodes on YouTube, and I guarantee you it won't take any longer than a minute for you to know exactly what I mean. So that was Toy Castle. More of these videos coming soon. I think next I'll look at one of my personal favorites, Dudley the Dragon.
I'm the clown.